If you're somebody that wants to save your edges, get rid of the glue, you don't want to do a sew-in, and you want to be able to sleep comfortably at night, this video is going to be for you. Now, of course, if you are a beginner or not familiar with the braid pattern, I do actually have a few videos showing you how to successfully braid your hair down to prep for a quick weave, crochet, clip-ins, a sew-in, all of the things. So definitely make sure to check those out. I have a few in the playlist. I'm going to actually link some down in my description box just in case you really need it. Now, I am one of those girls that truly believes that healthy hair is the best hair, right? Whether your hair is short, long, in between, does not matter. I want to make sure that my hair is protected at all times. So I did actually go ahead and apply a heat protectant. I'm using the Mazzani heat protectant, which is actually linked in my Amazon store. You guys can use whatever you feel comfortable with. And so, of course, because it did create this like moisture in my hair, I went ahead and hit it with the blow dryer just so that, of course, it is completely dry when I do hit it with the hot comb, or not the hot comb, the flat iron. So yeah, so right now I'm just pretty much reassessing my leave out, making sure that everything is where I want it to be. And with this particular braid down, I only did 6 chunky braids because I knew that I was only going to be wearing this for probably about a week. I did actually create a different video previously, so this is like a reinstall. Typically whenever I get a V part, if I love it, I'm gonna keep installing it. And so in this case, I left out a little bit too much hair, so I changed my mind and decided I was just going to do a little cornrow, go into the back, and I was going to tuck it into the cap, just so that I can avoid having to straighten more of my leave out than what is necessary. I usually suggest leaving out about 1 inch of hair. I know that some people have like thinner hair, so if you are someone that does actually have that, you will want to leave out maybe about 1.5 inches of hair. But I'm going to show you a quick little trick so that you'll be able to seamlessly blend everything. Now, the unit that we're actually looking at today, of course, is from Ali Pearl. All the details will be listed down in my description box, but this is their 18-inch body wave. Y'all know I'm a stickler for packaging, and they never disappoint. So not only do I get a very beautiful V-part unit, but I also get a ton of goodies on the inside as well. So if you guys want to check out that original video, it should already be posted by now, so I will link that as well. And so yeah, I'm just pretty much applying everything into its rightful spot. There are a ton of combs. There are the clip-in clips attached to the unit as well, so that I was able to just very easily slide those combs and clips into my braids, and it fit very comfortably. Now, the question we always get is like, is it going to fit well? I will say that this cap is adjustable. There is also an elastic band that you can use. Typically, I install my V parts with the middle part, but this one was shaped really, really nicely so that it made it very easy for me to be able to move it to a side part, which y'all know is not always like an easy thing. So overall, I would definitely say that the cap fit well. I would always suggest getting a smaller cap if you are going to be leaving out a little bit more leave out than not. Some companies offer a smaller cap, some do not. I don't think that it will compromise the style. I've seen some people say like, oh, you know, they cut off the back of the cap or the extra parts and then you sew it in. My idea on that is that we want to keep it beginner friendly. So I did have a little bit of loose fabric, of course, in like the nape of my neck. Didn't worry about it. I didn't adjust the cap. Everything from the combs to the clip-in clips around the perimeter of the hairline made me feel secure. So because I knew I wasn't going to be wearing this up in the ponytail, it didn't really bother me too much. So I wanted to go ahead and create some little waves. I did previously layer it up just a teeny tiny bit in the original video, just to create some face framing shape and layers. Just y'all know how I do, because I want to make sure that it's actually going to blend with my natural hair. Now, y'all know I am a girl that loves a kinky, straight, yucky textured hair, because my natural hair, even when it's straight, it just has more of like a cotton, soft, you know, flowy kind of look that's not overly silky. So because of that, typically I stay away from the silkier textures when it comes to leave out. But I don't want you to feel like if you do have a kinkier texture, you can't do it at all. So I'm going to show you how to blend that in just a little bit. And so yeah, I'm just throwing some curls in here. If you guys need access to a curling rod, I do actually actually have that linked in my Amazon store, and you guys can see I'm just curling everything away from my face. That is like one of the best ways to get one uniform kind of like body wave look. If you go back and forth, it'll be a lot more voluminous and full, but definitely around the face area to get those curls pushed up and away, you definitely want to curl away from your face. And so all that I'm doing is completing this look all the way around. I did actually trim off the bottom of the hair just a little bit because y'all know I like for the cut to kind of be a little bit more blunt, everything to be uniform. And I actually can think back to like when I first got my very first quick weave. This girl named Ajane actually did it for me, and the leave out was very similar to this. I was in love with that. But I always just think about things like glue. A lot of times, you know, some people are, one, allergic to it, or two, just don't feel comfortable with it. Maybe you've had a bad experience where it's broken off your hair. You don't know how to properly use it. So I get it, right? V-parts are definitely going to be a style where you really just want to add a little bit of length to your hair. You don't really want something that's going to be a super long commitment, meaning you don't have to sleep in this, you know. And like I said, because I've reinstalled this now for the third day, you know, it's just really easy to literally unclip. You already have it curled. You can take it off, set it to the side. So you aren't having to like redo this entire style every single day. You aren't having to overthink your leave out. Super easy. So that's one of the things that I love about V-parts. It's like a sew-in, but like on wheels. Okay, because you can literally take it off, put it on, do what you want. If you're the type of person that likes to switch up your look, you can. So if you decide, hey, look, okay, the style right now is in this like nice natural brown, but I want to add some highlights. Well, obviously, I don't want you to have to go back to a stylist, right, to get it removed, add the color, all that. Nope, you can just take off the V part and add color if you decide to do that. So I just find that like styles like these really are versatile, and as long as you get a cap that fits. Some companies, of course, are going to give you a little bit more flexibility in the cap range, meaning some companies will have smaller caps, average caps, large caps. For me, I noticed that like my head actually is small. I just like and joke and say that like I have a lot of face. So there's that, okay? And blending my leave out wasn't a problem. Like I said, I did add a heat protectant just to make sure that I'm covered, because y'all know I'm kind of in that in-between phase. I'm somewhere between like being a heat natural and just like, I don't really know. Okay, so yeah, I'm just using my EAP heat flat iron just to quickly go throughout the hair. And I have not been texturizing my edges. Like, I don't know if you guys have been here for a while, but that was something that I was doing for a minute just because it made it super easy. But the more research that I have just done, I'm kind of like, I'm wanting to stay away from it just because of how harmful the chemicals can be, which I knew that before, but what we will do to try to feel cute, okay? So I just have to get into the habit, I think we all do, of just embracing our natural hair textures and finding styles that work for us and still make you feel beautiful. So, you know, that's kind of where I am with it. Now, here's for the blending, right? Of course, once you go in, my hair is actually a little bit lighter than the weave itself, so I could have absolutely just colored my hair. I could have absolutely lightened this up. I chose not to do that. The heat protectant does have a pretty heavy base on it, so you guys will see that there is like some smoke that's going to come off of my hair. That's literally just from that product buildup. And of course, it actually helped weigh down my hair, which is something critical that I need whenever I'm going to be wearing weaves, because when my hair is closer to that like super dry state, it makes it almost, or it just feels almost impossible to blend. Typically, I will go in with like some type of wax stick or edge control, very light hold, and I'll rub it on my hands, smooth it all throughout the hair, and brush it through just to kind of weigh my hair down. But you guys can see the Mizani heat protectant did exactly what I needed to do, so it looks exactly like I need it to look, okay? So a little bit more weighed down without having to, have too much product. And yeah, so all that I'm doing is just combing everything through. And I realized at this moment, I was like, okay, my hair actually is kind of blending, especially on the side where, the part is. But the other, I guess y'all are looking at this straight on. So the left side was blending a little bit more than the right side. So I just wanted to make sure that everything was balanced out. Now, something that you always want to do, since you're going to be doing your hair at home, you always want to get you a mirror, look behind you, because girl, we do not want to see those tracks. Okay, you pretty from the front, and then we're like, girl, nobody told you to cover them tracks. So do it yourself, because a lot of times people will not tell you, or everybody ain't got good friends. Okay, so definitely make sure that you get that cover. Just take a little comb or a brush and smooth everything over. You should have enough hair left out. And then I always keep me a set of clip-ins. These are the Yaki straight clip-ins from Curls Queen. I'm literally just curling it up a little bit, and I'm gonna add it in because I know that this is closer to my hair texture. It's gonna make the blend even more seamless, although it is not a super dead on match to my texture nor the weaves texture. It's literally going to provide just that additive to be able to really blend everything. So you got the kinky from my hair, you got that medium kinky from the kinky straight, and then of course you have that silkier texture. So everything blends in very fine. It just adds a little bit more volume. Even if you do this with like silkier textured clip-ins, because it matches your hair texture even better, that's fine. Just make sure that you blend everything through with your razor comb. So just follow those layers all the way through. You don't have to be a pro at this. Literally all that we're doing is matching everything up, go in a diagonal motion, and I promise you, you'll look like you're a pro. Okay, now I know some people want to skip the baby hair. You can definitely do that, but when I wear a side part, it just takes me where I want to go. Okay. So I did use a light hold edge control. I believe this is the Ebon. I haven't used Ebon in a while, but I've kind of gotten back into it. And then of course I'll top it off with a little bit of Pump It Up hairspray just to set everything into place. I know it can be kind of tricky with like playing with the edge control and trying to make sure like, girl, how is my leave out going to blend? Well, the beauty in all of this is that we're entering fall. I don't know where you guys are, but I'm in Atlanta. So it's starting to cool down, and yeah, you can get away with styles like this without having to worry about your hair reverting and, all of that nonsense. And so also, another little tip, if you have some hairspray, get you a light holding hairspray and make sure that you set everything into place, even the tops of your leave out, because what's that going to do is provide a barrier so that, of course, the elements, obviously, if your hair is trying to revert, it'll prevent it from doing that as quickly as it may normally do it. So I just pulled out a little bit of hair on the side. Y'all know, okay, I love a good side part. Yes, okay. And so, yeah, I have a nice little loose wave going. And from here, I think the style was pretty much doing what it needed to do. What y'all think? I mean, okay. So I actually have a series of like quick weaves coming up. I know that some people don't want to have to take off the, their units. I totally get that. So there will be another video specifically for you guys. I want to do a side part. So let me know if you'd rather see the side part or another middle part, because I've been the queen of middle part versatile sew-ins for about the last 4 to 5 years. I haven't really done too many side parts. I know I've heard you guys say do the vixen, do the sew-in, but to me, doing the sew-in, it's just like, just get a V part. Like, that's how I feel. Let's sew down that V part. But anyway, yeah, so you guys see here, I'm just taking some of I actually ended up using the Pump It Up because that's really all that I have been pulling for lately. And so, yeah, I just grabbed that, top it off with a little bit of hair shine, whatever it is you feel comfortable with, a light holding, some type of bio silk. That's usually my go-to. And y'all, we have a polished style. So of course I'm just gonna keep cleaning up and doing what it is that I do best. I definitely want to get your thoughts on styles like this. Like, do you feel comfortable wearing these? Because like I said, I know my hair journey and I know that it's been a lot. Okay, so I really want to avoid using a ton of heat. Yes, you can sleep in this. Yes, you you don't have to take this off. You absolutely can wrap this up if you want. Go ahead and put a scarf on it just to make sure that your leave out is going to be flat as possible. You have the options, okay? The options are there, so don't feel trapped in it. But of course, y'all know I had to kind of take the makeup up a notch because I wanted to take some cute little photos. I have not been getting into makeup like on my channel as much as I thought that I wanted to, because I realized like most of my makeup look very similar. Like I'm like a soft, natural type of face type of girl. So 9 times out of 10, I'm using some of the same products. But if that's something you guys would be interested in seeing, definitely let me know. So yeah, I'm just pretty much setting everything because I really wanted to pop that little highlight, okay? A little goes a long way. I don't know if I'm the only one still using the Tarte concealers, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I love you guys so much. Stay pretty, of course. Thank you so much, Ali Pearl, for continuing to collaborate with me. You know I love your units. If you guys have not already checked out that curly no leave out V part, okay? Love Ali Pearl. Love y'all. See y'all later. I will catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.